So I've been reviewing the information and the mysteries I have and what I need to do, especially like the fight hasn't been advanced really for a little bit because I'm between Mr. Skerritt and Mr. O'Meara being the two remaining people. Mr. O'Meara says he was in his room praying, so I'm not sure how we could even confirm that, right? He's just there all by himself. And Mr. Skerritt said he's been at the library. Now, I've been waiting a while for him to leave his room and he has not, but I'm wondering if there could be something at the library that we could maybe find some evidence of. Like, they were making a big point about him smoking cigars a bunch of times for a bunch of observations. I wonder if there's anything about that, or like a specific book he could have been reading that I can find. Because obviously if we can eliminate one of them, then I assume we're gonna make a hypothesis and confront the other, and maybe something will come of that. We of course still have confronting Ines and acting on Lloyd, but Ines doesn't seem to be out and about now, and for Lloyd we have to hit the right moment of finding someone to help us with the ritual. And as we've seen with Mrs. Dupre, that might be locked behind some other progression that we've just not reached yet. So, looking at this armchair next to the fireplace, there appears to be a burn mark on it. And there isn't one on this chair. And like, this one chair is not something we can inspect, but for a reason this one is. So I'm thinking this might be something we can inspect further. There's a cigar burn on the chair's arm. It looks to be a reasonably fresh burn. Okay, yes, so that adds to the fight's evidence. Okay, and we can discuss this with various people, so I assume see whether this is recent or not. So of course we can discuss with Mr. Skerritt if we can find him. He just doesn't seem to leave his room or with the staff. So let's have a look-see, because some of the stuff were about the cook's here, but we really want the housekeeper, I think, because she would probably be the best for that. But she is not somewhere we would know about. So let's try maybe Mr. Varley, see what he says. Yeah, what about the cigar burn? I see there has been some damage on one of your armchairs. A cigar burn? Damage from one of your colleagues, sir. Mr. Skerritt. Some people do not consider or perhaps care about the cost of such repairs. Okay. Well, he confirms Mr. Skerritt did this.
Certainly.
Everyone else accounted for. It must have been Mr. O'Meara who had been arguing with Miss Deane. Yeah, well, that's the conclusion we've reached, but that's only on the account that they say Mr. Skerritt burned the chair, but the timeline of it was not confirmed. But okay, let's go with it. I should find him. I have questions for the man. Okay, so that's finally something advancing this thread. Is he available anywhere? Yes, he is at the bar. Now we know the two had history, so there could have been many things they've been fighting about. Hello, suspicious boy. Yeah, giving me that side eye.
You again.
So, yeah, tell me all about this fight you were having. Mr. O'Meara, did you fight with Miss Deane on Tuesday? In the hedge maze? This is important, or he's getting tight-lipped. Right, okay. Yes, we fought. Is that why you didn't go after her later that evening? Yes. I thought she had drunk herself stupid that she'd wake up in a hedge the next day and regret everything. What did you fight over? Well, lots of things. She was drunk when I met her. She'd been drinking all day. She came to me and said something or somebody was after her. Not physically, maybe spiritually, astrally. As I said, she was drunk and unclear. She couldn't see their face, she said, but that they had Christian aura or something. She was specific on that point. I chalked it up to overindulgence. Told her to go somewhere up in her room. She did not like that. Why did she come to you? We were engaged, or rather, I wanted us to be. I asked her to marry me. We'd been courting. I wanted to make it official. She didn't want to be caged down. Didn't need a man to protect her. All of that. So naturally, when she came to me for help, I threw it in her face and left. On seeing her later, I called out and she ignored me. Still furious, I assumed, so I left her be. Of course, I didn't expect to not see her the following day. I took some food up to her room, but well, I forgot where she was staying. Then I forgot that I forgot until I saw you at her door. It all came back, and I panicked. I thought maybe I was responsible for her disappearance. Then I thought maybe you would think that, but I love her, Mr. Ward. You should know that. I just want her safe. I'll see to that she is. Thank you. This has been helpful. So we can now have a proper hypothesis about the fight. So let's have a think. Mrs. Deane fought with Mr. O'Meara when he rejected her plea for help.
So, Miss Deane was asking for help as she felt somebody with a Christian aura was after her? Mr. O'Meara refused her plea because she previously turned down a marriage proposal from him. He felt he had offered to protect her then, and she turned away from him. This was his form of poetic revenge. He says she stormed off then, and they only saw her once more, wandering the halls in her magical trance. What does this tell me about the culprit?
Well, if she said they have a Christian aura, then they are a Christian?
Yes. Miss Deane seemed convinced whoever was threatening her was a Christian. Well, given the location, I'm sure most people are Catholic or Protestant, but there are likely some I can rule out based on this. What to do next? The ball is this evening at 9 p.m. and might provide a more relaxed place to talk with the guests. Until then, I should explore the grounds and perhaps see what else I can learn about the suspects, to help me eliminate some of them against the facts I now have on the culprit. I have picked up another fact about the culprit. I wonder if there's anyone I could eliminate as a result. And if not, what investigating can I do to allow me to learn some useful facts about the suspects?
So we have solved the fight, and we learned from that someone with a Christian presence was after her, which is very specific. I mean, Mrs. Joyce has been like the most Christian person in the set so far, right? That she's been very outward about it. We know it's not Mrs. Hisham because we've spoken to her and she specifically talked about being Muslim, so it's not her. Mr. Toussaint is an atheist because we found the stuff in his room that he wanted to leave his religion because he is an atheist, so therefore he is out as well. Mr. Dupre is a voodooist onken, so he's also not a Christian then, right? Obviously the priest is, although he's like a Gnostic priest actually, but I assume it's a branch. Okay, so I think that's everyone who gets eliminated by this. And so we will have more to do. We'll have Mrs. Barbosa's line and more investigating before we get to the ball, because apparently that's where they're signaling to us is like the next main stop. So we have plenty of time to investigate other things. So almost 5. At 5, there's gonna be a talk in the drawing room about ghosts. So I assume a bunch of people may gather and therefore we'll be able to talk to them after the talk in the room. Then there is the whole thing where Mrs. Montefani is going to be meeting Mr. Dupre in the drawing room after. But there was for some reason Father Synod is going to be in the ladies' changing room at 6, so we should probably check that out. And then we know that Mr. O'Meara is going to be meeting someone there at 7 as well. So we have a few hours of snooping here on various people doing various things before we get to the ball. Meanwhile, because we have some time, we do have the key to Miss Hisham's room and we haven't been there yet. So while she's not our suspect, of course, our side quest is trying to solve various people's mysteries so that we can convince them not to go to the seance. So going in their rooms and snooping is generally how we advance that plot. And she's not in her room right now, so perfect time to snoop. Okay, what have you here? Okay, it's her schedule. Might as well take a look. She's got some letters on her table. Several scrap letters that, judging by the handwriting, are written by Miss Hisham. But whatever she's writing, it seems to be in Arabic and I can't read it. Okay, well, we're not gonna find out anything from that then. Ooh, she's got some maps though. What's this? She has been mapping the grounds and marking rooms off, the reason for which I cannot tell. Okay, so she is looking for something for sure, and yeah, she's got the sketching materials she was talking about, but is she using them to find things? That's just stationery, that's just gonna be empty paper. Okay, she's got her prayer mat and the Quran, but I assume nothing special about this. However, there is her journal here. The dream, it keeps pulling my attention away from the vase. Sometimes hours of searching have gone before I realize I've been looking for something else. That symbol, Miss Hisham has seen it too. Did she also dream it? Okay, the vase. What is that? Is that what she's looking for in this manor? Okay, nothing in the stool, and just a random book over here. Nothing under her bed. Okay, she also has a vanity box that may or may not contain something. Nothing. Okay. Well, we can probably question her about what exactly is she looking for later. So we still have a minute, so we can just ask her about the maps before the hour rolls over. Yeah, so I was like, where is she? And she's here, like, snooping around the basement, so definitely like, what are you looking for here, huh? I am the one snooping here.
Mr. Ward, you need to talk to me.
Yeah, what are you looking for? Have you explored much of the manor? Some, but I'm keen to see it all. Not all is open to the public. I wonder how upset they would really be to find me outside of those bounds. What harm would come from curiosity? I know what she's looking for. The vase from the picture, right? Like, I can't talk to her more because the hour is about to roll over. Yeah. There's the talk about ghosts in the drawing room. Yeah, so what I think she's looking for is this vase, right? Because it's a vase with hieroglyphs. We've looked at this before. And she is from Egypt. Miss Hisham is from Egypt. A scholar from Egypt of some sort. And therefore, if she's saying, oh, the vase, you know, where's the vase? I think, as I was saying when I saw this picture, like, there were just rich people from here traveling and robbing things from other countries, like artifacts. And so she's here looking for this, I think. I think that's a good theory that we can potentially advance in some way. But I think I want to go to the talk and see, well, what it's going to be about, but partially also to then, yeah, have more people in the room and see who I can talk with. So I was taking a peek at the map just to see, like, who's where right now before I go into the talk. And I've noticed, like, Mrs. Joyce is here, but she's here with someone else. Like, they are obscured by the room, but the circle's there, right? Who is this? And they're close to each other, they're probably talking. I'm like, should I take a quick detour and try to eavesdrop on what she's doing? Like, we have 10 minutes to join the talk, so just because we spend some time looking around, it's not gonna mean we're gonna miss it. Yes, there she is with Father Skerritt. So I wonder if I can eavesdrop them, or are they also gonna notice me? Can I, like, crouch behind the chair and then listen to them? I'm not sure if this matters.
Father? What are you doing up here?
Ah, Mrs. Joyce. You see,
Oh, never mind. I've been needing to speak with you urgently.
Ooh, about what?
Not this again, Mrs. Joyce.
I can't do it. I can't, but I must. Oh, Father, I just don't know if I have the courage to...
There is no must here, Mrs. Joyce. Be it madness or the passion of Christ that drives you, do what is in your heart.
How can you be so flippant about it?
What is she planning to do?
Few things matter in the end, Mrs. Joyce. This isn't one of them. Whatever you choose, her soul is bound to hell. There is only one thing that can change that.
What? What are they talking about? It didn't add anything to my observations or evidence, so I can't quite do anything about it. And it's like, I like how she's staring right at me as I'm, like, here behind this chair, totally not snooping. Hi. Okay, well, that was semi-interesting, and that there are some secrets, but not super informative right away. We just get little tidbits to tell us there is more to know about those characters. Okay, well, let's join this talk about ghosts. Yeah, lots of people are here.
Ciao. For those of you I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting, I am Carmela Mantovani. And I'm here to talk about ghosts and all that we know about them. So, grazie mille for attending. Now, I will speak with you about ghosts, spirits, phantoms. There is still much we don't know about ghosts, you must think. And this is true. Yet, there is plenty to speak on. So do not worry. We do know that not all dead linger. Only those bound to a place, an object, a person stay. Why? This we do not know yet for certain. It is theorized that all spirits are bound, fettered by an emotional component. Death in a place, obsession with an object, love or anger to a person. By their nature, they're hard to define. And yet, even in their elusiveness? Yeah, sì, questo funzionerà. We find them everywhere. By their many names, they are all across the world. There are many formations. Some echo the grief they left upon the world and are blind to the living, while others are vengeful and aggressive, haunting a person or place and causing everything from psychological to physical damage.
Why is there like diagram of a brain on this thing?
Regardless, no single spectre has been able to directly communicate.
I don't know, I think like drawing things might be a form of communication. Isn't that how small children communicate?
But tomorrow night? Tomorrow night we intend to change this.
Also, she's doing the seance when she's like, oh yes, I'm going to speak to ghosts directly, but she hasn't tried this before. She's like, in my work, let's invite everyone to see.
So, what stops them from speaking? Is it a physical matter? No, it cannot be, as they interact with the world in other ways. Blowing papers off desks, snuffing candles, sometimes even striking people. Perhaps the limitation is in their lungs, then. Well, no. Many wail and moan, after all. Could it be they have nothing to say? I do not think so. Many a mystic, myself included, believe that spirits have given us a feeling of things they once said. There is a chance this is wishful thinking on our parts. But I believe so many have felt this, that at least one person must be correct. Maybe they simply cannot speak for themselves? This we cannot rule out, and is to be my conclusion if our seance does not bear fruit. So, why do I have such hopes for this seance?
Yeah, exactly. What do you know that you think will change this?
This I have been doing for a long time. When you invite a ghost to speak with you, there are always limits. The strength of the spirit, the skill of the medium, the thickness of the veil. All of these things can make it difficult for a ghost to manifest. We see their forms on occasion. We feel the echoes of their emotion. But these things do not require expense. They sustain themselves somehow. This we do not understand. It takes effort for a spirit to be more than echoes, to make a more conscious connection with the world of the living. This is an age of science, yes? So, let me speak in those terms. We think of ghosts as waveforms, spiritual waveforms. A soul rippling long past the death of its host, its shell. They are in a frequency we cannot easily see. In daytime, they are almost invisible to us. At night, easier to see. The less interference around, lights, other people, and so on, the easier still. If you have noticed animals behaving strangely, this is because they see different wavelengths to us. As is with light, the atmosphere blocks the wavelength of light. The same is true for spiritual wavelengths. But at this time of year, the veil, or spiritual atmosphere, is at its thinnest.
You've got a whole scientific theory prepared for this.
And then there is you. Those gathered. People people attuned to the mystical, coming together to work as a... Qual è la parola? A net, to catch the signal. No, net is not correct. Che cos'è? Ah, my words let me down. But look, if you do not believe me, I'm told that crows are a symbol of your Irish death goddess. They are gathering. And at night, the dead are roaming. I think they line up for the chance to speak to us. Imparting a warning.
We can now research waveforms if we want to.
We understand ghosts to be the disembodied souls of the old selves, sometimes less or incomplete as to how they were before. So, tomorrow, when the veil is at its thinnest, mind your words. These spirits were once people. They are the intangible remains. And they will be just as driven as they ever were, if not more.
Okay. The ghosts are coming to get us, is what she's saying. Okay, so we have quite the crowd here, and yes, we have few people we want to speak to. We've got Miss Barbosa, which we can confront about her plans for her life.
More questions?
Confront. Your goal is to start a new life in your father's homeland now that your old life has gone up in flames. I mean, she kind of already said this to us, so I'm not sure we're revealing some deep secret of hers now.
Well, yes, that's about it. And I think that appears to be going well for me. Yes?
Sure, you may just need to get some better clothes for the weather.
Still, I have learned much about the summoning of ghosts. And I have my father's name now. Do you think I could see him somehow?
I mean, if that's what you're hoping for the seance, then I think get out of here, because yeah, it's not gonna be anything good. Okay, so I've unlocked a further action. It's linked to the spirit camera, so I can recommend for her to take a picture. Well, before I recommend that, in case that locks away the characters, is because the other thing I want to do is I actually want to talk with Rory Callaghan about Miss Deane's picture, and maybe, you know, to get my picture taken, see if I have a ghost going about, because I had some conversations with him, but I was always like, oh no, I'm rushing to get to other things, get to other people. So let's have some conversation, because I have some things to follow up on you. It's the picture of Miss Deane. Did you take it? Do you recognize this picture? Of course I do. I took it maybe a week ago. Evelyn must have dropped it. You should return it to her. Not much from that. Now, the other thing was that Fiadh, his aunt, rejected Evelyn for training her in old Irish magic, but he was then sending a letter to Miss Deane being like, oh yeah, I could teach you in exchange. So yeah, what do you have to say about Fiadh rejecting her? I gather that Miss Deane was interested in learning Irish magic from your aunt. She was. Fiadh rejected her though. That's all there is to that. Okay, no dirt, no anything. Okay, well, can you tell me about your ability to maybe take a picture of Ines's father's ghost?
Miss Barbosa is after a photograph of her late father. Do you know how I might be able to get something like that?
You're looking for spirit photography there, and it just so happens I might well be able to help you. I will need her father's name to summon him for the photograph.
Well, she said she knows it now.
I have it already. His name was Seamus Shea O'Connor.
Seamus O'Connor? All right then. Why don't we find Miss Barbosa and go get set up?
Okay. Getting a picture of hair.
Now, you need to hold still. Very still, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. Just haunting hair.
I think it turned out quite well. How do you like it?
Maybe not like in a bad way haunting her, right? Just looking after her.
I love it.
It's generally understood that the clearer an image one attains, the closer the spirit is to the subject, the more present they are. Which is to say, your father seems to be watching over you.
Oh, thank you for this. Really.
You're most welcome, Miss Barbosa. Sincerely.
Okay, so hopefully that takes her out of the seance.
I'll develop another copy for you, just in case something happens to the first one.
You don't have to do that.
Nonsense. It's no trouble. I'll get it to you just as soon as I'm able. Your father's name, I take it he was Irish?
He was. That's how I came to be here.
And how do you find it now you're here?
It would be hard to explain how much this magic house has done for me this day. And now that I have this image, I feel no desire to attend this seance. What a strange relief that gives me.
Yes, another person out. With her father's name, picture, and ownership of his land, Miss Barbosa's new start is ready to begin. One more down. Okay, but still kind of done whatever I was trying to not do, which is that it kicked me out of the room, and I assume... Okay, they're not in there now, so I wonder if I can still return to the drawing room, or am I now fully kicked out and everyone's in there and I'm not? Okay, I'm allowed to return. So actually it's probably that if I maybe even don't attend the talk, I can later come in and still talk to people. I don't know whether it depends of you attending the talk or not. Okay, so there's more things I want to discuss with Mr. Skerritt. I've been waiting for him for so long because I think I've also gathered a lot of information about what his plan is, which is that he wants to be the ghost they're gonna talk to at the seance, which means he's planning to change his plane of existence between now and then. At least that's what I think from what I've seen so far.
We meet again, Mr. Ward.
So let's see if I can get that out of him. Okay, so you wrote a menacing letter to Miss Deane. Were you in correspondence with Miss Deane, Mr. Skerritt? Why, yes, I was. I have taken a shine to her, I won't deny. Not in that way, you understand. Oh, actually, it says menacing because it said, like, I brought a dagger, but I think it then meant that he brought a dagger to do his plan, not to hurt her. She has opened my eyes, and I intend to repay her kindness this weekend. Yes, he's got the dagger. Are you ready for the end, Mr. Skerritt? Had a few glasses, have you, Mr. Ward? Ready to set the world's wrongs to right, eh? It's quite alright. It doesn't bother me. I've had to face up to it, of course. I am not getting any younger. It absolutely terrified me, of course, death. Whoever is ready, really ready. Well, I suppose I am. Now, I spent a fortune looking for ways out, mundane or magical, sadly not something money can buy. But in the pursuit of a spell, amulet, or ointment to buy myself more time, I met one of the other guests who is now here, Miss Evelyn Deane. Well, she's not here. We talked, she listened to me, gave me readings, she helped me realize what I was scared of. She convinced me that I didn't have to be scared anymore. She showed me a path to controlling the fear. So yes, thanks to her, I am ready for the end. Because yeah, his problem seemed to be that he was not going to leave a legacy behind. But yes, he also had his tarot card reading, which seemed to be also related to this whole, how he's gonna solve this lack of legacy situation. I drew some tarot cards for myself, but I cannot make out the meaning. And you want my help? Naturally, of course. Tell me then, what cards did you draw? The Hangman, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card. Is that good? By Jove. I had similar spread myself recently, and the message is clear. The cards are saying there's an important moment in our futures, one in which we can greatly influence things to come, but at some great cost to ourselves. Will we make the sacrifice when the time comes? That is hard to know, but speaking for myself, I intend to. Yeah. Let's speak about the fact that, yes, you're worried about your legacy. There I say, Mr. Skerritt, you must have built some legacy over the years. Well, a fellow at my stage always thinks that maybe he could do more. I am the last of my line, you see. An only child who has had the misfortune to outlive whatever distant relatives I once had. Out of pressure then, to make sure the name Skerritt carries on once my time comes. I think that is what really excites me about the seance. Everyone is so focused on hearing any ghost speak, whereas I am fascinated by who the ghost will be. To us, it does not matter yet. We're not summoning a specific ghost, you see. We're going to reach out and grab the closest, and keep doing so until we find one who will talk to us. And that ghost tens, perhaps hundreds of years after their death, will suddenly be a star. We'll all want to know their background, their life, and death. They will be famous forever. Entire teams will dig into their past, their death, their life. Books will be written on them, and their first words from beyond the grave will be immortalized. Now, that is a legacy worth dying for. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what he's thinking. Yes, I can now form a hypothesis about him. So let's have a think. Michael Skerritt's goal is to take his own life and be immortalized as the first ghost to speak from beyond the grave.
Mr. Skerritt is planning on killing himself during the seance, so that he will be a nearby and willing ghost, letting him be the one that communicates with the living. He thinks doing this will make him famous in death. I need to find and confront him about this.
Well, he's right there, so half job done. Yes, let's talk.
We meet again, Mr. Ward.
Your goal is to take your own life and be immortalized as the first ghost to speak from beyond the grave.
And what a plan, yes? People across the globe and the ages will know this moment, this piercing of the veil, and with it, they will know the name Michael Skerritt. Impressive, eh?
Well, I mean, that depends on a lot of things.
Frankly, Mr. Skerritt, it turns my stomach.
What?
That the best way you can think to see out your days is by ending them in the hope of impressing who exactly? The others here at the event? Businessmen back home? Or historians in the future? Such a pointless sacrifice. And you don't even know if it will work.
I believe it will work. Miss Mantovani can pull it off.
Can she? I mean, she may kill over before we get there.
Perhaps she can. And she'll get all the accolades for it too. You know Louis Pasteur for his vaccines, or Joseph Lister for his antiseptic sprays. But not the people these were tested on. Even if this works, a substantial if, given the undertaking and the volume of ghosts already present in this godforsaken manor, then it will be Miss Mantovani who is remembered.
Yeah, that's a pretty good argument he's putting to him.
You will be a footnote, subject number 1, as she continues to perform the ritual, unlocking more secrets from beyond the grave, and have no doubt she will do it again, perhaps immediately. You'll be newly dead, unable to answer a single question beyond, has this worked? You'll be tossed back so they can catch a bigger fish. Some legacy.
No, that's not fair. I would have given everything. The ultimate sacrifice. They have to remember me. Love me.
Well, I mean, you have so much money. How about you just donate it all to good causes, and I'm sure they can build a library in your name or something.
There is nothing about this that anyone will love. Anyone who does dig into your story will only unearth your lifetime of failures.
And what would you have me do, Mr. Ward? You seem to have all of the answers. Yes, I am old. Yes, I have no legacy to speak of. How would you see me change that path, if not at the seance? You answer me that, and I shall stand down. You have my word.
With his resources and connection, there has to be something more meaningful he can achieve with the time he has left. Something that will give the recognition he so craves, whether he deserves it or not. He could do some real good in this world. I wonder if the charitable works of the late Marchioness could offer some inspiration. Yeah, exactly. Like, spend your money on good things, and then you can be remembered. Okay, so I think because we already read about the Marchioness, we can immediately talk to him about the philanthropy angle. There. Do something good for the world. I believe I know how you can assure your legacy, Mr. Skerritt, at least without...
If this is another dressing down, then I'd prefer it be less public. Come, to my room.
Okay, we have to go with him to his room.
I know about the tarot reading that you received, and I know how you interpreted it. But there is another way to interpret it. Instead of sacrificing your life, your remaining time, sacrifice your money. You have so much wealth, so many connections. You could really do some good with the time you have left. Mary Blake, She undertook numerous charitable deeds and has statues erected for her. And more than that, people speak fondly of her. She is remembered and loved. You have the resources to do the same. Don't throw your life away. Refocus it and do some good in this world. Finally.
Marchioness Blake's good reputation did reach as far as London, and was mourned even there as a result. You make a compelling case, Mr. Ward, but would people not see it as disingenuous?
Genuine or not, you can make a much-needed difference. And that will be celebrated. You will be celebrated. And perhaps along the way you'll find you actually enjoy the good work.
I suppose there has been a gap to be filled since her passing. Perhaps I can do something to help there.
I mean, yes, having to tell rich people that they could spend all their money on something good instead of just thinking about themselves.
It is a better bet than death. All right, so I gave you my word, and I stand by it now. When I return home, I will reach out to any foundations that suffered from the Marchioness's death and loss of funding. This could bloody well work, you know. Good chap.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing it for the right reasons, but at least something is gonna good happen with the money instead of just being dissolved to who knows where. Okay, well, we're getting 2 down in a row, so all this snooping is basically paying off.
Well, Mr. Ward, you've given me a lot to think about. I should like some time alone with it.
Of course.
Okay, well, this mystery solved as well. He's decided upon a healthier way of building his legacy. Okay, we're almost there to the first bar that we need to reach. But plenty of work still ahead of us in order to get this done. Okay, who else we have in here that we want to pester some more? I guess Fiadh. She may have some more thoughts about...
Aren't you fierce good coming back to see me?
You know, the situation with Miss Deane and why she didn't like her. Is it true that Miss Deane asked you to teach her Irish magic? No magic gets by you, does it, Declan? The nerve of her. She didn't ask, she demanded. For her attitude alone, I'd reject her. But you can't just learn those things on a course. It's a way of life. A means, not an end. It wasn't the path for her. Oh, but did you know that Rory was going to do it instead? Let's get him in some stink here. It seems Dr. Callaghan has been in recent correspondence with Miss Deane. The wee scrut. I told him to stay away from her, riding her behind my back, no less. She'd be the ruin of him, and you mark my words. I won't let that happen. She about to get, talking to. Okay, so I guess we can talk about the cross because that will confirm whether she's Catholic or not. Obviously, she's doing Irish magic, but she may still be of this faith, and that would put her in the suspect list. Although she did know Miss Deane, right? So maybe not, but let's discuss. That's a fine cross you have there. This is just to keep the priest off my back. Between you and me, Declan, I don't much care for the new gods. Up on high on the golden thrones. Ha! Okay, so she's not actually Catholic. I prefer the old gods, walking and working the land side by side with us. Good to know. Okay, so she is now one of the people we can talk with about the Tierna now. I do wonder what unlocks it specifically because, literally before I started this recording, I had those 2 people I talked to and those 2 slots were locked. Like, it wasn't telling me who the person is, there was a lock on it. So, what is specifically trigger for those locked slots to unlock? Because it's not telling me who to talk to about them. It may have been her just saying that she prefers the old gods, so it's just locked behind another conversation. But now that I can, let's discuss the Tierna Naug. What can you tell me of the Tierna Naug? It's the home of the gods, Declan. And not just the gods, the fair folk, and our dead too. It's sort of underneath us, and it isn't. It's the way of such places. But it's there enough that coming and going is possible through passageways found at places of great power once the day is dark. Caverns like Owi Nagat, which apparently means cave of cats, or cairns of important people, or dolmens. Significant ways under, down and through. Yes, it's the underworld. We can also talk to her about the grimoire now. So this is the one we found in the garden that Miss Deane hid. So what can you tell me about this? Are you familiar with this book, Miss Callaghan? I am not, and I absolutely do not want to be. Whatever those sigils open or close, I will no part in it. Is that what they say? Yes. One opens and the other closes. What? I cannot say. But it's old, powerful, and not for trifling with. Okay, so she knows what it is, but she wants no part of it. She seems like a good person to be talking to then, because she knows a bunch about the Milesians and the bloodline, so like she's being unlocked as that person that we can talk to about this. Did you know that Miss Deane hails from a powerful Milesian bloodline? That's what I've been hearing, at least. Does she now? That little. No wonder she... Oh, I've no time to spend on bitterness, Declan. I'll hope she miraculously puts it to good use and leave it at that. Okay, well, can you tell me more about the Milesians then? What can you tell me about the Milesians? Well, that's the race of man who came to this island and battled the gods for the right to stay. But we first fought them, then we worshipped them, then we largely forgot. I like that more than worshipping the god that we all lost to in the end myself. Rory is talking more about this at 3 p.m. tomorrow, you know. You could do worse than go to that for more. Okay, so he has a talk about it. We can also talk to her about her being the wise woman. You mentioned you were in a Bendroy. What's that now? Ah, it's like a hedge witch. I offer treatments, both physical and spiritual, to the locals. And I look after the land too. Really though, a land and its people are intertwined, so it's all one. That gives me more about her. I think one feature this game could have used is like anytime something is in Irish, they could have added like, how do I pronounce this? Because I've been having to look it up a lot. And then I'm still probably doing a terrible job. So what duties do you have? Can you tell me more of your duties? What else is to say? Healing the land, the body, the mind, all that. Some veterinary work, blessing on the land, and tributes to keep the other folk happy. I do the odd bit of scrying for those with the need for it. And I train successors, or at least I try. Rory has been on and off that path these days. Okay,
I'll
so
let you go.
It triggered a bunch of things.
Now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you.
We've triggered a bunch of things on our investigation boards about her and about Rory as well, I think. But we've already been to the rooms. Okay, so now it wants me to investigate the well to further hair mystery. So that's something we can do in the gardens. Just against telling me I should investigate Dr. Callaghan's room, which I think I did because that's where the pictures were, but I guess I may have missed something. But yeah, what I wanted to do is have my picture taken. See if that leads me to anything. Because previously he offered and I was like, oh, I don't have time, I need to talk to people.
I'm glad that you were in attendance. For Miss Barbosa's sake. It was good of you to provide her with that photograph.
What good are such things if we don't use them where they're needed? It only costs me a little time and some development materials. Compared to what it gets Miss Barbosa, it's nothing at all. Magic is born from the need for its practical applications, after all. What good is it if it's withheld?
So can I have a picture? Yeah, would you care for a picture? See who wants to. Yes, it's gonna take 15 minutes, but that's okay. Excellent. Cool. In my room I have everything needed to take and develop your picture quickly. Lead the way.
Now, are you ready? Comfortable?
Yes, I think I am.
Then sit still and look at the camera. And we're done. It'll take me a few minutes to develop it.
Let's see what ghost we have. It's our brother, right?
Please, Doctor. If you mean to make a fool of me, you have gone too far.
This is no prank. Whoever that spirit is.
Eamon. My brother. Eamon.
Eamon is with you, in a way. I should be clear. You are Catholic, yes? This is not to say that your brother isn't in heaven. Perhaps a way to explain it is to think of him as a guardian angel. But in truth, we don't know. Look there, at Miss MacLeod. No spirits. It's not that there is no loss in her life. So why? Nobody has been able to really explain things like this. That is why this event and Miss Mantovani's promises draw so many. Here. Take a copy. And with it, take solace that your brother is watching over you.
Thank you, Doctor. This means a lot to me. I can see why you champion these newer ways.
Dr. Callaghan doesn't seem concerned that Eamon is watching over me. Is he watching over me? Or is he haunting me? Well, we don't know exactly the story between them, but we know that the brother's death is linked to Miss Deane's father. So he might be like, oh, you know, it was my fault my brother died, so he's now angry at me or something like that. Would Dr. Callaghan be so sure Eamon was a guardian angel if he knew what had happened? Yeah. And we're up to 6 p.m. So this starts the chain of people have made plans with other people in different places. So yes, Carmilla is supposed to be meeting Mr. Dupre in the drawing room, and then some people will be meeting in the changing rooms for the bathhouse, which we know how to get there through the secret door. So yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of snooping before we get to the ball. We're in Dr. Callaghan's room, and that we're supposed to investigate it because apparently we missed something here. Because it's still telling us to investigate his room, which means we didn't click on the right thing. So he is standing here, but I wonder if I can have a little snoop anyway. Because yeah, I've looked into his folder and found his various notes about Miss Mantovani and her illness. I checked out the photographs before. I mean, there are some books here, so maybe they're special. A book on medical history and another on recent advances in chemistry. Like nothing special. Don't mind me. I'm just snooping. Oh, there's some letters I missed in this nightstand. A letter from Fiadh to Rory Callaghan ordering him home for this grand seance. Okay, but that's still not what we're looking for. So he is hiding something more. I mean, it could be hidden in a place other than his room, but it still says we're missing whatever we're looking for in his room. Those are the letters we've previously seen, right? Yeah, scientific studies and stuff. And then we just have the photography things. Chemicals used in development of photographs. A tray used to develop photographs, yes. Nothing particularly revealing. Oh, there is something in the bin. Are you a fox, Mr. Ward? Pardon? Handsome creatures, but rather irksome to find digging through your rubbish. Okay, so there's something in the bin, but because he's here watching us, we can't get it. But we know it's there, so we'll come back once he's left. If it's 10 after 6 and he's not moved, that means he's gonna be here for at least the hour. And so we will have to get to it next time. Well, we've done a bunch of progress, right? Because we have a couple more people not going to the seance, and we've advanced the fight situation. So I think things are moving along. And next time we're gonna be doing more snooping on all the people secretly meeting in the bathhouse, and then trying to see if we can, yes, advance this a bit more. So let me know in the comments what you think of those new developments. And if you enjoy my content, consider liking or subscribing. Thank you to channel members for supporting the channel, and I will see you soon on another adventure.